Hey everybody, it's a little bit early, 1 or 2 minutes, but I wanted to get on here, and when you come on, just say hi so I know you're there, and then I'll start. I've had a wonderful day, and if you hear any strange noises, it's because I've got a new puppy locked outside of my door, and he's very attached to me, so he might be crying. Anyway, I was speaking with David last week, and David made a statement to me that he would like to hear more about mask. And so tonight, I really just want to talk to you out of my heart. I want to talk about the meaning of mask, and it has several different meanings, but we're going to take one meaning, and primarily that is the meaning that to mask something or to wear a mask means to pretend to be something that you're not. It also means to hide. And there's also the word that we know that is masquerade. And that can be a noun or it can be a verb. It can be like a masquerade party where everybody goes to and they're hiding. No telling what goes on at those parties, but they're hiding for a reason. Or it could be a verb, like she was masquerading as a nurse when she really wasn't a nurse at all. So I want to just talk about these things tonight. I want to just go into my story a little bit. It's very personal, but I spent 20 years of my life, from the time I was 19 until I guess I was about 42, in a church that I now would call it a cult. A lot of people wouldn't call it a cult, but I will. And we were taught there to be a leader. And of course, everybody wants to be a leader because you can't just be an ordinary person. You have to be on fire for God, and you have to be a leader, and you have to save souls, and you have to preach the gospel, and you have to go out and get them, lest everybody go to hell if I don't go find them. Like that would even happen at all. But we were taught in leadership that you never let anybody see your weakness. You never let anybody see if you have issues, if you have problems. You hide that because if people see that there is a weakness in you, it may give them an opportunity or an excuse to get away with something themselves. So basically, if things were not seen, they didn't have to be dealt with. If things were not seen, in other words, just sweep it under the rug, it'll go away. The people won't be swayed by what they see in you. Now tell me that's not control and manipulation. It is exactly that. I was married for 12 years. My husband was gay. I didn't know it when we married. We got into this church when I was 19 and he was 18. And so we learned to put the mask on and to act like there were no issues. And bless his heart, no telling what he struggled with. Well, I struggled myself, because look at me, I'm gay. But back then I didn't know I was. And you may question, well, how is that? Well, that can be, and we'll go into that for another topic. But he was gay, and we went, in 1978, we went to Africa and did a little work in the mission field. And we saw there a lot of abuse. We saw a lot of negative outlooks. We saw a lot of how the people were treated and looked down upon and condescended to by the ministry. And when we came back, it really had shaken us, because we felt like we don't know if we can live this, because it's just not right. And are we going to get honest with things, or are we just going to keep acting like everything's wonderful? Just lift that rug up and sweep it right under there. He had done that with his identity for all those years. I believe that was about 7 years at that time. And when we came back, he said, I can't do it anymore. I can't be part of this. Well, in my mind, he was backsliding, and it was my duty to be a faithful wife and stay with him and pray for him and see him come right back into the fold, and once again sweep that sexuality right under the rug, sweep his identity under the rug, sweep who he was under a rug. Oh my God, is that any way to live? Who we are, what we are, the way we were created, to sweep that under a rug for the sake of a religious fervor, of a religious control that wants to control people and keep the flock. They said we were protecting the flock. We weren't protecting the flock. We were hiding the truth. And bless his heart, I'm thankful for that now, because when he came out, and of course we mutually agreed upon separating and divorcing. We divorced as friends. But I remember so many people as he came out. You can't believe the things that were said. They said, "Oh, Sue, if you had only lost weight earlier, he would not have become a homosexual. Oh, Sue, if you had been a better wife, he would not have become a homosexual." In other words, it was all my fault that he got honest and came to the truth of who he really was. But you see, that happens, and I'm telling you, it's happening today in religion. It's happening today among people that are unknowingly caught up in this religious fervor, and they're taught to put on a mask and to hide who you are. Because you see, if we don't see who you are, we don't have to deal with it. He was gay the whole time he was in the church, shouting down the aisles, preaching the gospel, singing in the choir. He was gay. But let's hide it. Let's hide it. Let me tell you something. The etymology of the word mask is quite sinister. The word mask comes from the enlarged lower lip of a dragonfly larva, which can be extended to seize its prey. That's exactly what was happening. We're going to mask who we are, and we're going to seize prey. We're going to win these people, because we're going to sweep them in here and make them think that there's nothing going on behind the scenes. And I'm telling you, if you could know what went on behind the scenes and in the closets, oh my God, you can only imagine. I have a feeling that you probably know. But it's done to control the flock or the people. It's done to seize the prey and to hold that prey at all cost. So don't let anybody see. Sue, don't let anybody see if you feel depressed. put on that happy face and fake it till you make it. Now, I believe in positive confession, but I also believe in being real. And I believe that I am what I am just like God made me, and you are what you are like God made you. And we don't have to wear a mask. We don't have to act like we're something we're not, because God created us just like we are. He doesn't make a mistake. God created us. And if we have shortcomings, if we have failures, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. I want to free us tonight to be real, to be authentic, to be able to say, hey, here I am, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you take me or you leave me. But I am what I am. And I'm not going to wear a mask. It took me a lot of years to get free from that facade. That facade. And even when I came out of that cult and I got into another church that was kind of the same song, second verse, we were still taught, oh, don't let anybody see your weakness. You know what? Jesus said, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. I'm going to tell you right now, sometime I am weak as I can be. Sometime I don't have all the positive thoughts and the positive confessions. Sometime I just blow it and I say things I shouldn't say and I think things I shouldn't think. But Jesus said, I am made perfect in your weakness, Sue. All you got to do is call on me, and I will answer you, and I will show you great and mighty things that you do not know. You see, I'm not supposed to have all the answers. I'm not supposed to be perfect. I'm not supposed to be some princess up on a pedestal for people to worship. Oh my God, when I came off of the pedestal, and I remember I had a breakdown because when I fell, so to speak, and couldn't carry on any longer, I literally had a breakdown. And I remember my brother-in-law, as a matter of fact, he was used to seeing me up on a pedestal. He was used to seeing me call fire down from heaven and almost walk on water. And he said, I don't know what happened to you. You just aren't good for anything anymore. And I want to tell you something. If you're in that place, where you have come off of your pedestal and you feel like you failed and you feel like there's nothing that you can do to satisfy people and God, you are in one of the best places you can be, because God doesn't need perfection to be satisfied. God does not need a facade to be satisfied. But God wants you to come to Him just like you are, tired and weak and worn, broken, and present all of that to your Creator and say, here I am. Here I am. You see, that mask would bring you to an early grave. That mask will cause you to be filled with, as Sharon says, dis-ease or disease. That mask will bring you down and destroy you. Let's talk a little more about what it means. Now, we're talking about hiding. Not everything that hides is bad. There is a word that we use sometime, and it's called occult. And it means, literally, it means hidden. And we say, ooh, the occult, that's creepy. That's the devil. We don't want nothing to do with that. Well, that might be a part of it. But let me tell you what the word occult really means. It means involving or relating to supernatural, mystical, or magical powers or phenomena. It means beyond the range of ordinary knowledge or experience. Now, I think that's wonderful. I think that my God is way beyond the range of ordinary. I think my God is way beyond the range of natural into the supernatural. So you see, not everything that is hidden is bad. I'm not saying that tonight. I am saying that there is a side part of hiding that can be bad. Let's talk about that a little more. Think about when people wear a mask. One of the things you see people wear a mask is when they commit a crime. You see bank robbers go in on TV, of course, with the mask on, and they're wearing a mask. Why? Because they don't want to be recognized. Sometimes we wear a mask because we don't want to be recognized. We want to hide. It's easier. It's more convenient. It's in our comfort zone. We want to hide in our little shell, and we don't want anybody to recognize us, because if we are recognized, we may be called out. We may be asked to do some things. We may be recognized in the fact that we have gifts and talents and abilities that somebody needs. And sometimes we want to hide behind the mask because we don't want to be recognized. But let me tell you something. We are accountable to every gift that is in us. To whom much is given, much shall be required. I think of my friend, Stephanie Gifford, and she is the president of Stand Up International, a group that I serve on the board with. And she told me that she was retired. She was ready to live out her days, just having fun, enjoying life, watching the hot air balloons fly by. But something got a hold of her heart. You see, there was a cause and a need that was bigger than she is. And that cause got a hold of her heart. And I was in the same place. Since 2014 or 2013, I had not preached. I had not sang publicly. And it was okay. I mean, I preached enough sermons in my life to save the world. I'm sorry, I don't mean that braggadociously. But take that back. I shouldn't have said that. But I preached plenty in my day. And I sang a lot. And I just figured, well, I'm just here in Kentucky. I'm going to enjoy my dogs. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy my wife. And I'm just going to have me a grand old time. And Stephanie Gifford got me on the phone and began to share with me about this group. And when we hung up, something got a hold of me. Something began to toy with this heart down in here and stir up some gifts and some callings that had been dormant for a long, long time. And I'm telling you, there are people that God will put in your life, and just the words that they speak to you, It doesn't even have to be much. It can just be hello. It can be I love you. It can be oh, you're talented, or oh, you're gifted, or oh, I see a call of God in you. It can be a lot of things. It can just be the fact that you're in their presence. They don't have to be any words, but their presence and the presence of your Creator will somehow ignite a fire and a spark within you. And that mask that we are hiding behind because we don't want to be recognized anymore. I've done it. I've been there. I've done that. I got the t-shirt to prove it. God's got another thing for you. God's got other ideas. Sharon Hollis, God's got other ideas for you and for me. And there's no more mask. It's coming out and coming clean and saying, here I am. Recognize me once again. Call me a minister, because I am a minister. I am. That's my identity. That's who I am. That's why I minister, because I am a minister. Sharon Hollis, you are a minister. And if you never preach again, you are still a minister, baby girl. You are still a minister. I got some more. May I say that when we hide behind a mask, whether it's to please men in a church setting or a job setting, sometimes we have to do that on our job. In leadership especially. But when we continue to wear a mask, we are committing, what did we talk about a while ago? People that wear a mask, they wear a mask when they're committing a crime. When we wear a mask, we are committing a crime against who we are. Now, if you don't get anything else tonight, you get that. When we wear a mask, for whatever reason, to please men, to hide, to pretend, to be deceitful, when we wear a mask, we are committing a crime against who we are, against who we were created to be. And I speak to you tonight, and I tell you to take that mask off. Not just the mask about your face, but that mask that covers your heart and hides your heart. You take that mask off. Sometimes people wear a mask because they've been hurt, and they don't want to be hurt ever again. And people have let you down, and people have abandoned you and rejected you, and you're left with a fear of intimacy, and you put a mask on. It's like a shield of armor, and you say, never again, no more will that happen. But let me tell you something. We are committing a crime against our identity. It's time to open up and let what will be, be. And know that there is nothing that is too great that is going to destroy us, because we are connected to a power that is higher than us. We are connected to our Creator, and when we stand naked and open before Him and before others, in our authentic self, we are beyond destruction. There ain't nothing gonna destroy me. Nuh-uh. I've been through the fire, and I've been through the flood, and I've been through the ice, and I've been through the snow, and I've been through some stuff, for lack of a better word, if you know what I'm trying to say. And I'm still here. I'm still here. And you are still here. You are indestructible. Get that in your spirit. You are indestructible. We're not going to live in fear, because that's the last thing I want to talk about. What is behind hiding and the mask and all of that? The root of all of that is fear. Fear of being hurt. Fear of being recognized. Fear of being caught. Fear of being seen for what we really are. Fear, fear, fear. But let me tell you something. Fear will destroy us. It's time to come out. Come out. Come out from behind the mask. And the last fear, and I'm going to close with this. The last fear is the fear of being found. We need to be found. We need to be found. Because I was lost and I was undone, and I needed somebody to find me. And I remember out in that cow pasture in 2013, I remember I was lost out there. I was in my dark night of the soul. I needed to be found. And my Creator found me that day. And He appeared to me that day. And He said, Sue, no more. No more hiding. No more mask. You come out. You be who you are. You hold your head up. You have nothing to be ashamed of. And you be your true, authentic self. So let me just close tonight with this. There may be masks that we don't even know we're hiding behind. And I just ask you tonight, when you close your eyes and you put your head on your pillow, to just whisper a prayer and ask your Creator, ask your divine Maker, ask your higher power, ask your God or your Goddess, or whatever you choose to call that divinity. Ask your Creator to reveal and to gently take that mask right off of you, because sometimes we can't take it off by ourselves. It's so ingrained in us. It's so part of who we are. But you ask your Creator, and I promise you, He or she will take that mask off and will lay you open for the world to see, because you have gifts and you have callings and you have talents and you have abilities, and there is a need out there that is greater than you or I. People need what you have. People need what I have. And that's why I come in this little room on Tuesday night, and I close my dogs out there, and I put my makeup on, and I put my little camera up here, because I believe that God has ordained for this word to go forth, and this word will not return void. It will bear fruit. So I want to bless you tonight. I want to thank you for being here. David, Gail, Sharon, I see your names. Carol, I think I saw Daisy's name. Thank you so much. And thank you to those that are going to watch later. It means so much to me. So God bless you tonight. And I will see you next week on Tuesday night and on Wednesday night. Wednesday night we start our series of Christianity and homosexuality, or the Bible and homosexuality, or God and homosexuality, whatever you want to call it. We have a little clip, but we're going to start that next Wednesday. But I will also be here next Tuesday. So God bless you, and I want to say good night, and you have a wonderful night. I love you. Bye-bye.